Having a hell of a day today. Um, Figured I'd stop for 5 minutes and do a quick recording just to kind of get it all out of my head and somewhere else for 5 minutes. Um, Yesterday, Sunday, went to just run a couple of basic errands, go hit a grocery store, pick up some fresh bread and half and half. Car won't start. Got roadside assistance out there. Thought maybe it just needs a jump. No. That guy thought maybe it's a fuel pump or possibly fuel filter. Get the tow truck guy out there. Well, they towed my car out and took it to a shop. I've had work done from that shop before, and they did a decent job with it, so I was okay with that. Called around this morning to find out, okay, what's wrong with my car? My car's engine has lost compression, which means anywhere from a blown gasket of some kind to it needs a new engine. I like my car. It's a nice car. It's not worth a new engine. So, since then, I've been doing my best not to panic. I have been learning how to sell my car online for scrap value, because that'll actually get me more than the blue book value of a car that is 10 years old, high mileage, and has a non-functioning engine. And I'll hopefully be into a new, probably leased vehicle by the end of today. Way outside my comfort zone. I don't like having to do things like this without a solid plan in place and having a few days to several weeks to kind of read up on it, watch videos, talk to people, find out what to really expect when I do these things. Don't have that option right now. I need to get into a working vehicle as soon as possible tomorrow, or today's Monday, so tomorrow or Wednesday, absolute latest, so I can get to work. Don't work, don't get paid, can't afford any car, much less used or broken or whatever. So this stuff's got to happen. It's got to happen now, and that's that. Okay, update part 2, I guess, later that week, back at the ranch. I wound up being able to sell my car through the online scrap guys. I don't know. That was an adventure in and of itself. Turns out I never actually had a paper copy of my title, because the people who the loan was originally through never officially released it. Fortunately, I had the paperwork saying that I'd paid the loan off, that the car belonged to me, took that over to the Secretary of State, and the whole week, that was actually the easiest step of the procedure, was getting a new title through the Secretary of State. Once I had that, then I could make the arrangement to sell the old car, finalize that. It took a couple of tries to get the right towing crew out to the garage to pick up the car at the same time I was there to hand over the title. As I mentioned earlier, way out of my comfort zone. But I handled it. Not saying I handled it with grace and dignity, but I handled it. Damn it. Then I was, at about the same time, I was able to get into the new car, new Jeep to be precise. I've wanted a Jeep, a Wrangler specifically, since I was in junior high school. I've just always liked the way they look and all that. I can't afford a Jeep Wrangler. I'm not sure when those skyrocketed in price, but dang. Yeah, I can't afford a new one of those to just tool around in. I wound up with a Cherokee, which is a very nice vehicle, very good vehicle. I'm a lot more physically comfortable in the space of this than in the little Pontiac Vibe I had. But I really wasn't able to stop and appreciate any of this until the old car was sold and the new car was signed over in my name, license plates on, and all that. Then, with those two things done, then the crisis is over. Now I can actually settle in, enjoy the new car a little bit, fondly remember the old car. It was a busy week. It was a kind of hectic, chaotic week, but it all got taken care of. There was, after the fact, there was no need to panic. I work at a job where I was able to take a couple of days off to get all this straightened out without it being a major hardship. It was inconvenient for a few people, granted, but it got taken care of. It got handled. It got dealt with. I was able to lease a new Jeep without drastic measures, without horrible difficulty. It got handled. It got dealt with. And the crisis is over. Cool. So I figured I'd take a few minutes, add an update to the video I shot previously. In between the two, there should be a little 5-second clip of my old car going away onto the tow truck. I was going to film the whole process and maybe do a time lapse or something like that, but it was really cold that day. I didn't have my gloves. The guy had to stop pulling the car up onto the flatbed to adjust a few things. So I stopped filming and put the camera away so I could put my hands in my pockets because it was cold. So that's that. Busy week, stressful week. I've got another hour or so left at work. I'm babysitting a store that is opened up this morning, grand opening this morning rather, just to make sure that the registers and all the systems work properly, and they do. So all I'm doing is waiting to see if anything goes kablooey, and I don't think it's gonna. If it was gonna, it would have by now. So I gotta hang out for another hour or so, check in once in a while, everything going okay, and then I can go home and finally enjoy a weekend. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Talk to you later.